one of the smallest players we've seen at the Combine, but you're going to see real quick why he's here. Yeah, he got out. Ooh, he got out.
4.55.
Gosh, he just must have topped out because it looked like his start was excellent.
What if I told you that your 40-yard dash doesn't matter as much as people think?
And at that size, that's an important time. Like, he's going to have to run faster than that, whether it's here or at his pro day. That's a significant issue.
Plenty of NFL stars have built legendary careers despite underwhelming combine performances, and Tez Johnson might be the perfect example. He was a dominant receiver for one of the best teams in the country. Yet, after running a 4.51 in the 40 and going viral for all the wrong reasons, people suddenly had doubts about his NFL potential. Now he's not even labeled as just small, some would even call him slow. So how did Tez Johnson become the most overlooked player in the draft? Born on May 18th, 2002 in Birmingham, Alabama, Johnson grew up surrounded by some of the best high school football talent in the country. But life off the field wasn't easy. Football became his escape, a way to stay disciplined, work hard, and block out challenges at home. But even this relentless work ethic couldn't prevent one of the cruelest tragedies. Johnson's father died by suicide when he was just an infant. He spent much of his childhood in government-subsidized housing in Pinson, Alabama, facing struggles that no kid should have to endure.
Are you around like wrong groups of people?
Yes.
Or are you like getting into trouble?
Yeah, I was getting into trouble around the wrong people. I was always getting suspended from school.
But in life's darkest moments, sometimes God can bring unexpected blessings. At 15, Johnson was taken in by the family quarterback, Bo Nix. Bo's father, Pat Nix, was also his high school football coach, and their family welcomed him into their home. It wasn't easy at first. Johnson, a black kid from a tough upbringing, was now adjusting to a life with a white family who had different traditions and routines.
Being a black kid, just moving into a White House, and it was like you had to learn different ways of how to live life.
But over time, he settled in. More than anything, the stability gave him the chance to focus on what mattered most: school and football. His bond with Bo Nix grew stronger with every practice, and together, they led Pinson Valley High School to a Class 6A state championship. During high school, Tez Johnson was a star receiver. He started for 3 years and was one of the best players in Alabama. As a junior, he had 106 catches for 1,457 yards and 10 touchdowns, earning first-team All-State honors. His senior year was just as impressive: 62 catches, 1,140 yards, and 12 touchdowns. He was even invited to the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game. But despite this success, college scouts did not show that much interest. He was only rated as a 3-star recruit with very few Division I offers, and in the end, he decided to stay close to home and committed to Troy University. Meanwhile, his adoptive brother, Bo Nix, was heading to Auburn. At Troy, Tez quickly proved he could play against Division I talent. In 2021, he became the team's top receiver, catching 67 passes for 735 yards and 4 touchdowns. He was named third-team All-Sun Belt Conference, and the next year, he remained Troy's best receiver. Even though he was still considered too small, Tez knew his talent was special. So after the 2022 season, he entered the transfer portal and made a bold move. He transferred to the University of Oregon to reunite with Bo Nix, who was now the Ducks' starting quarterback.
To be honest with you, it's only a God thing. It's a gift from the Lord. It's, we walk by faith, and I'm happy he's my teammate again.
At Oregon, Tez was the second leading receiver behind Troy Franklin. He helped the team make it to the 2023 Pac-12 championship game, and after his breakout season in 2023, he carried that momentum into 24. But this time, things were different. Bo Nix had been drafted in the first round by the Denver Broncos, and Oregon had a new quarterback, Dylan Gabriel. Adjusting to a new quarterback wasn't easy, but Tez made it work. He played in 12 games, catching 83 passes for 898 yards and 10 touchdowns. Oregon went undefeated in the regular season, with big wins over Ohio State, Penn State, and Boise State. But the season did end in disappointment. In the 2025 Rose Bowl, Ohio State dominated Oregon, winning 41-21. On January 6, 2025, Tez declared for the NFL draft. As he prepared for the Senior Bowl, he started going viral, not for his stats, but for his size. At 5'9" and 156 pounds, and that's being generous, that made him almost smaller than any other NFL wide receiver. Some doubted whether he could handle the physicality of the league, but when he got on the field in Mobile, Alabama, he quickly shut down the critics. He was one of the fastest players at practice, reaching a speed of 20.64 miles per hour.
I know by far I'm the fastest here. You can watch me from Troy, it wasn't really much routes. You know what I'm saying? I was running by people whenever chance I got. When I got to Oregon, all right, now it's time for routes. It's time to know different things.
His quickness and route running made him stand out. And then came the NFL Combine. He definitely knew the importance of the Combine and how he needed to take care of his body physically, but in today's world, protecting yourself digitally is just as crucial. And that's where our sponsor Aura comes in. Have you ever Googled yourself and been shocked by how much of your personal information is out there? I did recently and I was blown away, not just by what I found, but by how many alerts Aura sent my way. Aura continuously scans the web, including the darkest corners of the internet, to find and help remove your personal information. This prevents scammers and hackers from accessing sensitive data like your passwords, emails, and even your social security number. They'll also opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists, keeping your inbox and phone free from spam. Personally, I wouldn't leave my family's security up to chance, and neither should you. If you're looking for an all-in-one solution that protects your devices from malware, monitors your credit, provides a VPN, and blocks spam, then Aura has you covered, all at a fraction of the cost. You can try it completely for free for 2 weeks by clicking the link in the description or heading to aura.com/Chris Colbank. Scan the QR code down below, and in just minutes, Aura will let you know if your personal information has been exposed. Thanks to Aura for sponsoring this video. Tez Johnson has proven to be a playmaker, but his NFL Combine performance raised questions. He ran a 4.51 in the 40-yard dash, ranking him 29th among receivers. That was the slowest time for any receiver under 170 pounds at the Combine since 2003. But Johnson was not fazed by the criticism.
Why not run the 40 again? I mean, you can watch my tape and see can't nobody catch me. I don't think the 40 really define you as a football player.
He had a simple message for anyone doubting his speed. Turn on the tape before you judge how fast I am. And he wasn't wrong. Some of the greatest receivers in NFL history didn't have blazing 40 times. Jerry Rice reportedly ran a 4.71, and Jarvis Landry posted a 4.77. Both went on to dominate the league. So when people expected him to chase redemption at Oregon's Pro Day, Johnson made his stance clear. That's my time, and I'm going to own up to it. You can watch my tape and see no one else can catch me. The 40 doesn't define you as a football player, it just shows that you can run a fast time. And while his 40 time wasn't eye-popping, his other Combine times were. Something no one really talks about. He posted the fastest 3-cone drill of any receiver at 6.65 seconds, and he also recorded a 37-inch vertical and a 10.11 broad jump. But beyond the numbers, Johnson is the type of player coaches want: hardworking, humble, and determined. If teams pass on him, it likely won't be because of his size, but rather due to scheme fit. Throughout his career, he's been a high-volume target, showcasing his ability to thrive within a variety of passing concepts. His adequate early acceleration allows him to create initial push off the line, making him a reliable option in the passing game. However, his slight frame and skinny limbs can be a concern, especially against physical defenders. Press coverage can slow his release, and despite his size, he lacks the suddenness typically expected from a smaller slot receiver. With just over a month until the draft, Johnson plans to stay home in Alabama, training and avoiding the Hollywood side of the process. Meanwhile, Oregon fans can't help but wonder if he'll reunite with his brother, Bo Nix, in Denver. The Broncos need more weapons, and Johnson could be the perfect fit. He stated, "Playing alongside my brother again would be another dream come true. To play in the NFL with your brother, that's pretty amazing. But no matter where I go, I know one thing: whoever drafts me is getting one of the best receivers in the class." And that's why Tez Johnson is the most overlooked player in this draft. Thanks for watching.